Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Scraplift Crafternoon for October 20th. And this week we are scraplifting Nicole Santos. I'll have her Instagram and YouTube channel linked for you below. I believe this was a design team layout that we are scraplifting, but it is beautiful. I'm going to pop that up here for you. I am going to be doing some cruise photos, and I'm going to be using 49 Markets. It is their vintage artistry sunburst collection that I have for my cruise photos. We got some of this collection, I think a piece or two in our kit for the cruise, but I bought the rest of it, and I have been doing a lot of the other layouts with it. And so I have this piece of pattern paper, some of the little envelopes, some scraps. I'm pulling in this Tim Holtz film strip ribbon, I believe. And then this piece of paper, she had frames behind her photos, or it looked like they were frames behind her photos. And so I think you can see I used my Cameo to cut some frames. This piece of pattern paper is actually from Spectrum Gardenia. It looks like this on that side, but I ended up with an extra piece. And so I'm going to go ahead and pause. We're going to get started. I will be right back. I also grabbed a piece of the pink paper from Spectrum Gardenia. It is actually a scrap from a previous layout. And I'm going to cut off the rest of the branding strip from the green piece first. I believe there's a branding strip on the pink as well. I'm going to go ahead and tear those edges real quick. Make sure that I have the size that I want. I'm just tearing off really slim edges. And one of the things that you're going to see me do, which you may think is crazy, is I'm going to take that little piece that you just saw me tear off, and I'm going to add it to the bottom of the green because my green's not quite white enough, but I still want to go ahead and get I want to use as much of it as possible. It is going to stand out really well against this pink paper. I know that the background on this particular piece of paper is a really beautiful background. It's really hard to cover up all of that, but I'll make do, I promise. So here's where I just kind of add that little strip of paper that I tore off from the top. And of course it's going to be the reverse side, so it's not going to have the white edging, and that's okay because the pink will definitely have the white edging. And then I'm going to go in, and that little piece that you can see on the right hand side of the screen with the pineapples on it, I'm going to use the text side of that, and that is going to end up on my layout as well. I am having all kinds of trouble with my ATG gun right now. This is a new refill, and it keeps coming apart, and I think it comes apart on me several times during this video, and I didn't stop. I just kept going. I'm hoping it'll work itself out as I use it, but I don't know if it's just a defective one or what's going on. So I've got my torn papers for my photo mats in there. Now on Nicole's layout, she used these little envelope pieces. Did you see that? 3 of them aren't going to fit on mine, so I'm only going to use 2. I took the liberty of folding those in and scuffing up the edges with my Tim Holtz Distress tool off camera. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue them down. I'm going to kind of make sure I glue them towards the bottom because I want to have room for my photos up at the top without covering up my paper tearing. I put my washi holder right there on top of it just to help it sit so that the glue will go ahead and hold. So instead of using that third envelope, I'm going to use this porthole, which I thought worked pretty well considering this is a layout of photos from our cruise. I am not going to cut that photo into a circle. It's just going to be peeking out up there at the top. I like what I'm doing so far, and the frames I cut, that she had frames inside her or behind her photos on her layout, and I had intended to do that, but since 3 of them don't fit, I'm just going to use the one down here on that lower right hand side from my embellishment cluster, and very tiny title that's going to go. It's going to be more than the little just chillin'. And I chose that little phrase because the Central Park was probably my favorite place on the ship. I enjoyed sitting in the park. We walked in the park quite a bit, took some photos with the photographer in Central Park. It was a nice, relaxing place as long as there weren't children running all over the place. And there weren't too many crazy kids on there, but there were a few. So here is where I'm going to be adding my embellishment cluster, and I have that butterfly I'm going to make sure I get on there, and this leafy bit that I want to make sure that I get on there, as well as the little pink flower. I have the yellow flowers on the left hand top corner, and I'm just kind of tucking things, and this goes really, really quickly. These metal pieces that you see here, I am going to pull those out. Decided I wanted to put more leafy bits, so I'm going to put more leafy bits over there on that right hand side with some pink flowers. I'm kind of just playing with placement a little bit here. And I have this little green heart. It's actually from Plum Grove. It's not from this collection, but it was on my desk because I was putting things away recently and it fell out and it got missed, so why not put it on a layout? It's about the right color. So I'm going to use this paper clip that says Paradise as my title. Like I said, I really enjoyed Central Park on the ship. We spent quite a bit of time there. I ate breakfast there a few times. I'm also going to pull in those cute little flip-flops. All right, I got my layout completely finished. It went together pretty quickly. You saw I had to piece together a little bit of my torn edges, and I did make things a tad bit different. I intended to use all three of these, but the third one didn't line up on there very well, and I guess I could have put it over the top like I just showed you, but honestly I thought this porthole was a better frame for the photo, so I kind of went off script a little bit. I did add some metal pieces from an older 49 and Market collection. Amazon had a whole bunch of 49 and Market stuff really, really cheap recently, and so maybe you should do a search if you're in the if you're looking for 49 and Market supplies on Amazon to see if they still have some good deals. Last I checked, they had gone back up in price, but they may go back down again, so check it out. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. You guys have helped me grow my channel, and I want to return the favor and ask that you help grow some of my friends' channels. I'm still looking at the Scrapbooking Photographer, My Life on Paper, and Mel W. Scrapping, trying to get their numbers up, and I know that they would appreciate if you head out to their channels and check out some videos and see what they're up to. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.